Well, if I were someone just getting in commercial real estate in our world on either side, my advice would be to be open to networking.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good day.
Good day to you.
For people that don't know Miss Vickie Banti, Vickie Banti is with MAI Construction. I've known her for probably 6 years now. We both transitioned to different positions and in companies and everything like that. You have a
Yeah.
daughter in CRE who's also getting married. Super exciting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to go on about MAI Construction, let us know all that you need.
I would love to tell you about MAI Construction. MAI Construction is by far the finest company I have ever worked for. We've been around now for 48 years. I did not start with them. Our strong suit is biotech and life science. We build a lot of labs. We build a lot of clean rooms. We build a lot of spaces for the brilliant minds creating wonderful drugs and vaccines for the people out there. We also do commercial office, education, and tech. So those are kind of our four core groups. We're very thankful to be in life science right now because tech and office has slowed down considerably. But because we have such a fine reputation, I mean, Roger Mayrose and Wendy Mayrose founded this company 48 years ago, and their very first job was for a life science company. So because we have a fine reputation in that, we've been very busy. We've actually grown.
And
so
you guys are primarily in the Bay Area right now and possibly moving. Where are you guys moving? What's
right now, I would say we are Bay Area focused. We have our eye on opportunity outside the Bay Area. We have definitely worked in the Sacramento area and would do so for a current client. But right now, with life science being so prevalent in the Bay Area, we're really Bay Area focused at this time.
Good, so, good.
Yeah.
And so me and you, or you and I, met in Boma, Silicon Valley for the first time, and you recently got an award for 2020.
I did.
Ooh, yeah. And I'm sure that's not your first award that you've gotten through Boma, Silicon Valley.
Actually, I think it is.
Oh, really?
It's the first time I was the Associate of the Year. Yeah. And it was really fun because it was totally unexpected. In fact, Matthew had contacted me and he goes, "Oh, we're doing little sponsor videos," because MAI is a sponsor. And, can we make a time? So we scheduled a time and we, go onto the Zoom, and there's Matthew and Noreen, who was the current president at the time. And they said, "Well, we kind of fibbed a little bit. We wanted to tell you that you're Associate of the Year." So that was really fun. I really appreciate
awesome.
It. Yeah.
I love that. I love that so
much. Sometimes.
What other associations are you're in BCN, right?
I am in both BCN East Bay and BCN Silicon Valley. I am a board member of ACRM. I am a member of IFMA Silicon Valley.
Nice.
And a member of ISPE and a member of I2SL, which is a fairly new life science organization.
Fancy. What is the ISEP?
Oh, and Cornet. Sorry. I forgot about Cornet.
Mover and a shaker. You got it all.
Got to be busy. Yeah. Got to, be the face of the company. ISP is the International Society of Pharmaceutical Engineers, I believe.
It sounds right. So
something like that.
I love it. Well, that's cool. I've never heard of the last two.
ISP is pretty big, so it would be something for you to check out.
definitely. I'll
Yeah.
look into it and then probably put a link so other people can look into it if they choose to do so.
And during normal times, they have a wonderful trade show at the ballpark in San Francisco. And it's really great. Great time to meet everybody. Yeah. Highly recommend.
Things go back to normal whenever
Yeah.
that is.
Whenever that is. I'm hoping by November 6th.
Is that whenever Marin's getting married?
That is my daughter's wedding date. Yes.
So exciting.
It is
And
exciting.
so for people that don't know her, she's also in Boma East Bay and San Francisco, right?
Boma, San Francisco. Yeah, Marin Craig is my daughter, and she works for she's a senior property manager for Newmark.
Nice. Yeah, and I'll reach out to her too because I kind of want her to be on it.
I have to say that I think I've had some very meaningful communications with Zoom, with clients as well, because people are hungry. I mean, towards the end of last year, I think we all got a little burnt out, but when it was doing something fun on Zoom, the burnout went away. It wasn't like I was just sitting and doing a meeting. I was wine tasting or food pairing or, then that was a whole different thing. So at least, people were craving to see your face, to have some kind of meaningful communication other than just on a phone. And I think it's, obviously I want to see, touch. I'm a hugger. I just want to hug somebody. But I think in the meantime, thank God we have this technology. What if it were 25 years ago?
Definitely wouldn't be an option.
Yeah.
I think so this year is our 25th anniversary for Air System Service and Construction. And so I've been looking at all of these different stats of stuff that happened 25 years ago because I started doing all their marketing material. It's a campaign that brings you back 25 years ago from this year, And so I think it was only 100,000 websites that were actually a thing.
So that's 95, right? Or 96.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Compared to the hundreds of millions of websites that there are living now. So it was kind of funny to see that. So I guess our next question, you've talked about some of the events that you've been a part of. Was there any things that were like really cool that was just wow?
Honestly, I would say, looking back over the last year, I have to say that an event that I threw was probably the coolest event I did. One of the fun ones was we had girls' night out, we called it. Sonia and I did it together. And we sent everybody a bottle of wine, of their favorite wine, and snacks and, some personal care. But we had a comedian come in and she knew her audience. So she was working the audience. And it was, just everybody laughing. And that's something, to feel that energy of just people laughing as hard as they can for 30 minutes. That was magical. And then I would say the other event, also one that I created, is we've been doing to entertain our clients winemakers dinners, virtual winemakers dinner, where we not only have the sommelier, but he brings in the winemaker. He actually pours all the wine into little tasting bottles so that we can pair it with catered, unbelievable food. And we did several different themes. We did an Italian night. We did a Spanish night. We did a French night. We did a barbecue night. We did earlier we did an Oktoberfest, and they were very successful. The food was awesome. And awesome. I mean, we're basically continuing that until we can see each other in person again.
That's so awesome.
It gives everybody something to look forward to. Right now, we're just doing them once a month. And anybody that really appreciated it and had fun is welcome back.
That's cool.
So we're doing one on the 21st in celebration of National Cheese Day
Ooh.
and National Blonde Brownie Day. So I
Yeah.
don't know the full menu, but I do know for sure that the dessert is a blondie.
Those are so yummy too. I love that.
Right.
Did you learn anything new from this year? Was there, other than like Zoom, because I feel like that is a given.
You know, I have to say that when we first got news of the shutdown, and we were literally shut down. I mean, construction was shut down.
Yeah.
I thought I need to recreate myself and my job. You know, I'm business development. What am I going to do right now? I couldn't see people, and you know, even there wasn't that much Zoom going on. But I got on every webinar I could and tried to get any piece of education I could, from, you know, market predictions to some more technical angles to the insurance aspect, and, you know, how you treat a staff working remotely, and just tried to help anywhere I could. And so, yeah, I learned a lot of things that, you know, I wouldn't normally seek to learn.
That's bringing up your value, but also bringing value to your company, and then so much more, which that's
Right.
awesome. I love that.
And as you know, we were very fortunate in that, you know, MAI Construct. Oh, thanks, dear. In that MAI Construction kept us, you know, fully employed, even the field staff, fully paid, 100% pay, 100% employment.
Do you have any funny stories of this year that you would like to share?
You know, I was trying to think about that, and honestly, I don't. I mean, just other than, you know, the random somebody says something funny and you can't stop laughing, and, you know, stuff comes out of your nose, and, you know, other than just pure joy of laughter with friends and colleagues, I don't really have a funny story. You know, I never had my husband walk naked behind me or anything like that. It's just,
that's fortunate,
you know.
or maybe unfortunate.
Yeah, but I have to say that, you know, fortunate enough to have that laughter.
Yeah, yeah. It's very important at this point in time, because I mean, I feel like there's so many people that have been feeling the stresses of not seeing people and getting stuck in a rut, or feeling depressed, or feeling like, what's the point of even trying if things are going to shut down again, you know? So I love the fact that, I mean, you always have had a positive outlook, but I'm
Try.
yeah.
I mean, you know, honestly, I'm sure everybody's had some dark moments during this time. And, you know, I have too, where it's just like you're listening to Governor Newsom give a press conference hoping for some good news, and you hear that, you know, another shutdown.
Yeah.
And, you know, I am a claustrophobic person.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, right now in front of me is a window. So I'm seeing I have a courtyard entry into my home. So I see that, which is nice. But, you know, I don't like being in small spaces. I don't like the feeling of people, you know, coming behind me or anything like that. So I remember the very first night when they said it was lockdown. And I remember walking out in my neighborhood and just like taking deep breaths and talking myself down that, you know, I was going to be spending a lot of time at home. And I've made that adjustment, but it's been hard. There's been moments for sure.
Yeah, I remember the day that it was happening, and I remember going into the office because it was a Monday. I remember going into the office and feeling like I shouldn't be there because I already knew that it was gonna happen. One of my friends is in the, like, gets the updates because he's in the military, you know.
Uh-huh.
And So I remember getting a text, and he was just like, you need to like get home because they're going to enforce the lockdown. I'm like, nah, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
right.
I talked to Eli about it, my fiance, and I was just like, I'm probably gonna leave because I don't really feel like, I'm pretty sure it is gonna get locked down. And then so I did some work in the office because our office is in Concord and I was living in Campbell at the time. So that's like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so at 11, I was like, all right, I need to go shopping because we have no groceries. So I just like went to Smart and Final and like stockpiled food. I wasn't ever a toilet hoarder. I wasn't like anything. I just got the bare essentials. I got some frozen vegetables and stuff. And
I
then
was worried about the toilet paper.
yeah. I had Amazon Prime, so, and I have like
Yeah.
a auto delivery, and so we had many months of toilet paper already, but that was unrelated, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely an interesting year, but I think a lot of good stuff happened, even though there was also a lot of bad, but
Yeah.
yin and yang um thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly sometimes sitting here, I almost feel a little guilty because the pandemic, other than the emotional and the human side, we have, knock wood, haven't felt the financial stress that I know so many people have. So when the holidays came, I tried to be aware of that, and made some more donations than I typically do because I know there were people out there that needed it.
Yeah.
BOMA, there were certain organizations that did a great job of staying in touch with their membership. BOMA Silicon Valley was one of them. I think actually I'm going to join CRE this year because I think they did such a good job.
Yeah,
Uh,
they have their coffee chats every month.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, it's been a ride, hasn't it?
Yes, definitely. I mean, is there anything that you miss other than obviously seeing people face to face? What's your first
Well,
thing whenever things get opened up? What are you gonna do?
what's the first thing I'm going to do when things get opened up is I'm going to first go inside and have a nice meal at a restaurant because I do miss that. But I think that even though you can collaborate on Zoom, there's something more to be said about being in front of a group and collaborating. And our team, our industry, you have to collaborate a lot to, you know, from the time that the RFP comes into the office to the time that the space gets completed, there's a lot of things that go on and a lot of collaboration. And although we're managing through Zoom, there's just something about that in-person meeting that, there are nuances that take place and ideas that come because of gestures on a face, very intimate things that you can't replace by the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, it you're feeding off of that energy and
Right.
it's unexplainable. And I guess that's like another reason why they say solitary is punishment, like is the worst punishment ever, because you're
Yeah.
not feeding off of somebody's energy, whether it's good or bad,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's been a year. It's been a year.
It's been a year. Let's hope it's not 2 years.
Were you there with your were you with Marin whenever she got proposed to? Well, I
Oh,
saw
yes.
photos. I saw photos. I
So,
can't remember.
right. So things were fairly open in October. I mean,
Mhm.
it was as close to normal as it had been in a long time. So, I live in Foster City, Marin, born and raised in Foster City. So, cool thing about Foster City is our waterways, right? which coincidentally, that's something that was kind of a trip about this year. I mean, nobody really thought much about, oh, we want to go swimming. Let's go to the lagoons in Foster City. The waterways of Foster City, because all the pools were closed and everything, have been packed with activity this summer. Like my husband and I would take a walk and we're like, what? Look at all the people swimming. And, you know, ew. So even though the water was never deemed unsafe, it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can rent electric boats. So we planned with Matthew, Marin's fiance, that his mother joined us as well, that we would take a boat ride because we had been talking about renting one. And so I kind of fibbed and I told Marin, hey, you know, I got a little tiny thank you gift from May. So I'm going to go ahead and rent a boat and, you know, let's all get together and we'll invite Tanya. That's Matt's mom. So we did, and she totally expected that it was going to happen. So he did not propose while we were out on the boat driving around. And then when we came to dock, he had all their friends waiting, and he got down, he dropped down on his knee and proposed. And then you could hear all this clapping and all the friends emerged. And it was great because, you know, restrictions, because, you know, outdoor spaces where you had to do everything. I mean, we all sat around drinking in front of Foster City Rec Center. So it was a very Foster City moment for a Foster City.
I love it.
It was great. Yeah.
Is that the same facility that we do the Akron events at?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
yes. So we rented the boats from the same place.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
That's where they picked us up and dropped us off. Yeah.
That is so cool. I mean, I love that facility. It's so pretty, and
it is. I mean, you know, Matt had talked about a winery or something. I said, you know, I don't want to drive to Livermore or wherever. And this is her hometown. And so it was really cool. Everybody was super happy with the way that things turned out.
That's so much fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at those photos again, because I remember seeing like really pretty lights and stuff. So
yeah. And then I guess their friends, you know, a few of their friends that were in their little group, you know, core that they had been seeing all along, decorated their apartment. And so when they got back there was, you know, the 6 of them partying together and everything was wedding, you know. So she had a good time. For pandemic, it was an excellent proposal day.
May is looking for, if they have any job opportunities that you would like to share, or if you wanted to share your contact information for like property managers or people that might be looking for an upcoming job, something like that.
Well, we can definitely bring a ton of 48 years of experience to any type of tenant improvement. And best way to reach me is my email, which is V like Vickie, B as in boy, ANTI at MAIConst.com, or my cell, which is 408-639-1049. Happy to help anyone. And the other thing is that we are always looking for talented help. And we definitely could use help with a very talented biotech life science savvy superintendent, or a biotech life science rock star project manager. So if anybody out there fits that description, call me.
That's so awesome. And then is that also going to be in the MAI Construction careers page or anything like that?
We haven't like officially put it out there, only because we really need that life science. And I know that there's a lot of talented superintendents and project managers looking that don't have that. And at this time, we can't help them. But so it's, it's pretty specific.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we might be working with a staffing firm, but absolutely open to anybody that might know someone, or if that person is you, let us know. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. And then is there anything else that you want to add or brag about?
I want to say one thing about my company. In 48 years of doing business, MAI Construction has never laid anyone off. They fired people if you don't perform, but they have never laid a good employee off. And, to have to work in that kind of environment, it's life-changing. It is life-changing.
Yeah,
So
I feel like that would take off a lot of stress, because I feel like most people, I've been there plenty of times where I'm constantly at fear of either losing my job because of just the world, or
the economy,
the economy, or feeling like I'm never doing good enough. But it says so much more about a company who leads with power instead of leading with fear, and
right.
allowing you to feel at ease and also empowered yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I think that I do my job better than I ever have, because I don't have that fear. I lead with, I have the power, and I know that, I have ownership behind me, and it's life-changing. So if you're out there, right employee, great place to work.
I love it.
But you've known Barry for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
love Barry.
they're good
great.
people. They're
Yeah.
just good people.
Yeah.
And that's rare too.
Yeah, it's so interesting because of the industry. I have met so many owners of the companies, and I've met so many people that have come and go from, whether it's associations or the company that they're with. And
Right.
I've seen you at your previous position, and I felt like you were like a little bit more like on edge. And so it's really cool to see the transition and kind of be a part of that. And then also seeing other people grow and be their own person.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's the reason why people in CRE is going to be so important. And hopefully people like to watch it, or hopefully I feel like you have a lot of value, and I feel like
thank you.
I'm very lucky, and actually very surprised that you decided to join in on it, but I'm very, very thankful. So I would love to have
I was very honored to be invited. So I really, honestly, I appreciate it.
So again, so happy that you're a part of it. And
Thank you.
Do you have any last words of advice before we get off?
Well, if I were someone just getting in commercial real estate in our world on either side, my advice would be to be open to networking. I mean, client side as much as us, the vendor side. I mean, it's our job. But I think that I watched my daughter grow in her career. And I would think that she would say, I mean, she went from admin to senior property manager in 6 years, I think. So, I mean, I don't know if that's meteoric, but it's pretty fast. Yeah. And, she took the advice, she listened to her vendors. And I think it's really made a difference for her. So that's my advice. Be friendly.
Yes, be friendly. Lead with kindness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you again so much. So excited about